Hello there guys, and in this tutorial what we are going to talk about is init, okay? And I'm not gonna say a lot of the new stuff, I'm just going to basically review what I have been saying so far and maybe throw in a couple of new knowledge bits as well, okay? So as we already learned, init is important because it is a part of the booting process as well as part of the user space startup process. Here again, here are we going to talk a little bit more about init, and I'm repeating this because my written copy is different from the words that I'm saying, so sometimes I sort of get ahead of myself. Instead of just reading, why I just don't read the thing that I've written? I always kind of try to improvise, and then I find myself repeating some stuff which maybe annoys you. Yeah, maybe I should reconsider that strategy for other tutorials. But anyway, let's get back to the tutorial. Init is the process which starts all system services, as we already know from the tutorial that explained the boot up process. Init always has a PID of 1. A lot of the services which init starts are called daemon programs, programs that don't have any user interface and do their thing in the background. And here's a thing to review if you forget it. When talking about processes in general, we can say that the parent process spawns a child process. That means that the programs that init starts are its child processes, and init is the parent process. And init is a parent process to a lot of system processes because, as we know, init starts a lot of these essential system processes. Okay, and there are actually multiple versions of init. Okay, so the version of init that I have is called systemd. Okay, so let's write this as versions. The version that I have is systemd. Okay, and I have this on Debian 10. There's also systemv, and this version is used by Red Hat Linux, I think. And there's Upstart, that's used by Ubuntu, but I think that Ubuntu, I'm not sure, but I think that in newer versions, Ubuntu migrated to systemd, okay? And so basically this is systemv. This isn't a check mark, this is a V, okay? So basically, what did I want to mention here? Well, I want to say that versions of init are basically just versions and they do all the same things. So basically init starts all of these processes, make sure that it started the essential system services, etc. Well, these versions of init also do those same tasks, although they do them in slightly different ways. And there's also these things related to init which are called units. So basically when you're starting something, it should be placed in a unit, etc., etc. But again, I never really had to deal with that, so I'm just kind of giving you a glance. If you ever need to edit what processes init starts or something like that, you can Google how to start more processes within it, and then you can find some information there, okay? But basically those things, if I recall correctly, are called units. And then basically you have these units, and you can actually add units to your init, and then init starts those units when it's executing, okay? So that's just a thing to keep in mind when talking about init, and if you ever need those, then may Google be of service to you. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So I thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I hope you'll watch the next one as well. Talk soon.